The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to the February 2nd, the marvelous Monday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Hey, let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. Now, the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We'll go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I at just past 11 o'clock in the morning. I do want you to know I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here, but even more important than that, and that's this. During this next 53 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to send me an email. Send it off to steve@tfnn.com. Inside that subject heading, please put radio show question. Now, if you're inside our Tiger's Den, and you should be, well, then any and every ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on Marvelous Monday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. So we got the rally in the equity markets. Dow's up 435, 27 for the S&P, 155 for the NASDAQ, 28 for the Russell, Tranny's 364, semis up 132, composite 96, 117 for the New York Stock Exchange. Gold is off $56. I had the wrong contract up on my screen. If you take a look at the picture in the very right-hand corner, you can see gold is pulled back. It's trading below profile support at 48.8570, but it did find support at its rising trend line area out there. Silver is down $1.48. The light sweet crude off 318. Natural gas up 90 pennies. Yeah, I had the wrong contract up for that. That made sense. And the 30-year Treasury down a little over half a point, printed out at 114.19. The leaders in the clubhouse to the upside. SanDisk up $81, 14%. Lumentum Holdings up $48. Monolithic Power Systems 44. GE Vernova up 29. Caterpillar's up $22. To the downside, led by Phoenix Asia Holdings down $114, 85%. Holy cow. IDEX Laboratories, $32, 5%. Cavco Industries, $29, 6%. KLA Corp, $21, 1.5%. BSE Corp, $18, 8%. We got some movers and we've got some shakers, but of course I would like to look at what you would like to look at. Let's begin the day by taking a look at here. Let's take a look at the yearly chart. Where are we at? It's only February 2nd, but as of February 2nd right now, the Dow is trading above the high from 2025. 2025's high is 48. 886.86. You want to watch that number like a hawk, especially now that we are beyond January. If we close up, when you trade above a prior year high, period, it's bullish. Now, maybe there's a daily topping pattern and things of that sort, but when we take out the prior year high, the instrument is bullish. Now, I've got to go, and we will. We're going to go take a look, see if we can find any topping signals. In the case of the S&P 500, the number to be watching is 69.45. We're trading at 69.69 right now. The NASDAQ is the little bugger. We're trading at 25.732. Last year's high, 26.182. In the case of the DAX is right now trading above its high out there. Last year's high, 24.771. The FTSE trade above last year's high. The semiconductor index well above last year's high at 74.90. These are not conditions that you would basically see with markets that are going to top. I've been screaming at the top of my lungs out there, and I'll continue to scream until we actually see some key levels of support break out there. Now, if we take a look at the seasonal pattern that is associated with the S&P 500 during midterm elections, let's go ahead and pull that over here. We've seen this, but we might want to really keep an eye on it because this, in essence, shows a fairly choppy market. Basically through about the end of February, with then price moving and rallying right up into about tax day, right around February or April the 17th out there. The point is that if we are following anywhere near along this analog, and here we can just put, let's see what does. I can put this in here. I don't know that this tool really works that great for me, but it'll put in 2026 so you can kind of see where we're at, where things are holding, at least out here. And so maybe prices are going to rally up into the 18th. And the other thing to be paying attention to, that New York Stock Exchange, that advanced decline oscillator. In fact, let's go take a look at it. The advanced decline oscillator closed at a new all-time high not that long ago. The date was January 22nd. And we could get there today as well. That high on my advanced decline number reading, everybody else's would be a different number, is 608,290. We are trading right now at 608,067. If we close at a new all-time high, 608,289 on my system out there. But if we close at a new all-time high, no matter whose system we are, do not expect or anticipate any kind of significant decline inside the S&P 500, period. If we take a look at the spot VIX index, it is traded above its 50-day exponential moving average, but just by a smidgen right now. We're trading at 1671. The spot VIX is at 1652. If we close below 1652, that's going to provide buyers with an edge. At this moment in time, sellers are the one with an edge. It doesn't look like it, but it can look like it. What do you mean it can look like it? Let's move away from the daily time frame charts and go right into the intraday charts out here for the equity futures. If we're going to that's the wrong one. Sorry about that. We're going to focus on the 60-minute time frame. And really the 60-minute time frame for the ES and the NQ. And why is that? So we've got the NQ charts up on our screen. And you can see that early this morning, about 1:30, 2 o'clock, a bottom started forming. It was basically at 2 and 2 between. The first bottom signal came in at 1:30. It was a daily TD9 count bottom pattern. It completed at 2 p.m. At 3 p.m. At 4 p.m. 3 p.m. That is at 3 a.m. We got a confirmed Rhodes momentum indicator bottom on the NQ 60-minute time frame chart. Now we are going to complete, as we come into the noon time frame, a TD9 count top, and we're doing it just underneath the TD9 count breakdown level at 25,934. What should we expect? We should absolutely expect to see a retracement. That retracement ought to take price back to its oscillator and change line. We're trading at 25,845. We ought to get down towards the 25,510 level. Don't use those figures as exacts or anything. So that's what's going on inside the NQ. Now, as we look at the larger time frames, now there's a lot of bottoms out here. So it's possible that all we're looking at is just a short-term retracement. Possible that all we're looking at is a short-term retracement. If you look at the 5-hour chart, a TD9 count bottom price trade above its oscillator and change line says it wants to go target 26,020. By the D point bottom on the 4-hour, TD9 count on the 2-hour. The 2 hours got resist at 25,943. We've already covered the bottom row. So all kinds of bottoms are out here. In order for the NQ to get bearish, if you will, directionally speaking, we need to see price close below those bottoms. That means a close below 25,180.25. That's number to be watching, more intermediate type term. But right now, the NQ likely to form, complete a TD9 count top as we come off the air. Let's go take a look at the ES Mini. I believe we are going to see the same thing for its 60-minute time frame chart. I don't believe that is the case for the Dow or the Russell, but I'll check on that during this break. We'll see what all of these 60-minute time frame charts are doing. The ES Mini here is going to populate momentarily, and it's going to show we're going to complete a TD9 count top at 12 noon. We'll be right back.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We've got the Dow up 469, S&P 35, NASDAQ 190, Russell's up 30. Let's go take a look at those 30-minute time frame charts. We've got some synergy here. So let's take a look at the ES Mini. Let's go through one each at a time. In the case of the ES Mini, it is taken out its TD9 count breakdown resistance level. We're going to complete a 1-hour TD9 count top as we come into the 12 noon time frame. Whatever the high is, I don't know if it's the high of the last bar. The high of the last bar at this stage was 77,550. But if we trade above that, whatever the high is, keep an eye on that. Why? Because if we begin trade above that high, we're going to negate a TD9 count top nearly immediately, and that would tell you about a strong upward momentum move that is underway. What should unfold is price should begin to pull back to support. The first level of support in this case here for the ES Mini would have to be resistance, old resistance, that perhaps to becoming new support. And that is at 69.7775. That's courtesy of the TD9 count system. If price were to move below that, the next area of support would be down at 69.40, and below that 69.25. That is the ES Mini. In the case of the NQ, it appears it's going to complete that TD9 count top just below its breakdown level at 25,934. That increased the odds that price will pull back to support. In its instance, its first level of support, short of any new profiles forming, would be its oscillator and change line. The current print on that is 25,514. Below that would be profile support at 25,413. In the case of the Dow is traded above its TD9 count breakdown resistance level. That's at 49,055. That is the first target to the downside. Just below that would be the oscillator and change line, right now printed at 49,033. And the Russell 2000 will actually complete a TD9 count top, like the ES Mini, like the NQ. By the way, the Dow is 1 hour behind. It's only in bar number 9 right now. The other 3 are completing the bar following bar number 9. In the case of the Russell 2000's first level of support is going to be 26.5260, not much from where we're trading right now. But if we do begin to start trading below that, we ought to see price target 26.1520, its oscillator and change line for its 16-minute time frame chart. So as we come to the noon time frame, do not be surprised surprised to see the equity markets pull back. But so that we focused in on the 60-minute time frames, let's go back to that NQ, because we've got a few time frames that we could take a look at to see if the turn has started or not. Give me a moment. We'll get back there. We'll get rid of this screen, and we went to right here. Oh, that's not it again. Second time I made that mistake. Okay, so now we've got the intraday charts here for the ES Mini. 30-minute time frame chart is got a TD9 count top that has been completed. So, and this obviously we just got the sideways move. If we get a 30-minute close 9 minutes from now or at 12 noon above 7,550, that pattern will get negated. And then maybe that's telling us that the 60-minute time frame chart may not hold. We've got a TD9 count top on the 15-minute time frame chart. Also, that highs at 7,550. The TD9 count top for the 30-minute chart. Did I give you the number 7,550? They're all the same. And nothing on the 10-minute time frame chart. So I'm not seeing at this stage here, not at least at this moment in time, yet some kind of turn. But the 15 and the 30-minute time frame charts, at least at this moment in time, are saying, yeah, kind of watch and be careful. Let me go ahead and put those NQ charts up there one more time, because we didn't take a look at its intraday charts. In fact, we may stay with the intraday time periods here just during this segment, and I'll move over and we'll take a look at gold and then silver. So if we take a look at the NQ, what I am searching for is really those shorter term time frames, 10, 15, 30 minute. So the 30-minute time frame chart does not have a TD9 count top. In order to do that, it needs to rally and spike above 25, 9, 12, 25. And it needs to do that between now and 12 noon. If we get that, then we would have a TD9 count top. I see a wave number 7 top on the 15-minute time frame chart, a TD9 count on the 10-minute time frame chart. So those got tops. What you're watching for there, take snapshots of these screens. You're watching those oscillator and change lines, 25,787, 25,858. Those are first levels of support. Then you would be watching profile levels below that, 25,677 on the 15, the range of 25,651 to 25,726 for the 10-minute time frame chart. And below that, it would be the breakout areas. So that's what I'd be watching out here. Charts are still sort of they're indicating that we should get a pullback. We should get a retracement out there. I would like the NQ to have lined up with the ES Mini for its 30-minute time frame, but you don't always get what you want. Okay. Not much in the way of requests at this stage here. We've got two, so let's go ahead and get to those two. The first two, since we've shown this chart here twice, the third time is the charm, and that is Micron. This is for Mr. Bill inside the Tiger's Den. So, Mr. Bill, at the end of February, Micron on a monthly basis will go ahead and complete a TD9 count top. Last time we had a TD9 count top, it was a pretty decent one on a monthly basis. That was back in June of 2024. That led to a TD9 count bottom, by the way, back in April of 2025. Nice TD9 count system. So this suggests that we should start to see some kind of topping pattern inside of Micron. But when? Well, the weekly time frame chart says not yet. We're only in bar number 8, and we're not at a high. So in order for Micron to potentially make a TD9 count top, either this month or next month or the following month, price must poke above the existing high. So I don't think the high is in necessarily for Micron, but the daily time frame chart may have something to say about that. So the weekly shows no top. The daily is going to complete a TD9 count top today. What should unfold, just like we looked at on a 60-minute chart or a 30-minute chart, it's all the same. Price should always pull back to test support. Where are levels of support? You and I, when we use the during this hour, we use the oscillator and change line. We look to see what is down below. What is the nearest level down below? Is it a profile level? Is it the oscillator and change line? Is it a TD9 count breakout area? What is it? Well, in this case here, it happens to be the oscillator and change line at 250.30. Below that would be profile support at 140.62. Those are Micron targets beginning tomorrow. We also have a target to the upside. At this stage, let's assume that Micron does not take out Friday's high. Then if we see it close above and we start moving above 455.50, we would negate the daily time frame and then move higher, which is really what the weekly time frame chart is saying. So how do we play this out? We're just in the beginning of February. I think what this is telling us, Mr. Bill, is we've got some type of short-term retracement. Maybe it's 2 to 4 days. Maybe it's pulling all the way back to that oscillator and change line before things resume to the upside upside. And then we get to new all-time highs. Micron forms some type of weekly TD9 count top during the next few weeks out there. So that's what it looks like to me. Don't know what it looks like to you, but I hope that provides you with some assistance or at least something to think about. Brent writes in, would like to take a Mara, M-A-R-A. He's not in a position. He's looking at it. He's taking a look at the cryptocurrencies. We could take a look at Bitcoin. Out there. So when we take a look at Mara on its daily time frame, prices trading below profile support, which Brent did is a bullish structured profile. It's at 985. We've been below it now for this would be the third day in a row. So that suggests that we want lower price. Lower price for it happens to be a swing point from December. This is the monthly chart we're looking at. What the heck? All right. Somebody played an April Fool's joke on Stevie. I'm going to correct my charts. We should be looking at the daily chart for Mara, and then we'll come back and look at the monthly. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Trader's Edge is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Welcome back, folks. I want to re-review Micron. The reason is because I had a monthly chart up twice, not the daily time frame chart, and now it makes more sense to me. So again, on that monthly time frame, at the end of February, we completed TD9 count top, so that's no problem. The weekly time frame chart, we're only in bar number 8. Bar number 7 is the high. We've got to get to higher highs over the next couple weeks in order for that to generate a topping pattern. And on the daily time frame, we actually completed a TD9 count top on Friday. Now, price is above its oscillator and change line at 422. When you're above an oscillator and change line, that tells you that the price oscillator is above zero. Those are just simply flat out bullish conditions out there. So that green line, whether price is above it or not, tells you that the general, for its daily time frame, the general market condition is bullish out there. When we trade above the green oscillator and change line, as well as the top of its profile, which we are in this instance, the top of the profile, 40401, and we have a topping pattern, which we do, that neutralizes the signal. Now, the cool thing here, Mr. Bill, is you just have last Friday's high to contend with. Of course, I think we covered that. That's at the 455.50 level, but perhaps not. And you need a close above that. If you get a close above that, you're going to negate the daily pattern. Are going to continue to hit higher. That's going to suggest that the weekly is going to get up to that TD9 count topping type pattern out there. So that's to the upside. To the downside would be if price gets back inside its profile. And if you see a close below 404.01, then you're likely to see a move to 378.74. And then finally, the 352.04, 353.47 level out there. So that's what's going on with Micron. When I look at these charts like this, it makes way more sense. It looks like, well, let's take a look at the volume. As an example, on Friday, that TD9 count top was made with 51 million shares. We are trading for 2 hours. We're at 18. We're basically at about 60 million share day out there. We are pushing into that swing point with volume out there. Seems like to me that it'll get negated, Mr. Bill, but it's still got to do it. You know, I don't see the future, but just based upon volume and the way things are trading, it sure looks like it. So sorry for the mistake. Glad that we caught it. And how we caught it was by taking a look at ticker symbol MAR, AR for Brent. And now we've got the daily time frame out there. So Brent is looking to see, is there any kind of a bottom signal or pattern? And it turns out that on the daily time frame, Mara formed a Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom pattern on January 2nd. That made the low of December 31st the key support area, 895. Today, we've gotten down to 891. 18 million shares so far today. That says we're at about a 60 million share day, going against 30. So that's not the way you typically would form a bottom when you test a swing point. That should be done on lighter volume. So at that stage here, Brent, I don't know how this is going to trade. We're below profile support. It's oscillator and change line out there. If it closes below 895, we're headed lower. That's what I would say. If we aren't trading below 895 is going to get tested again, just simply because we're into that candle with volume. On a monthly time frame, so the monthly, I'm sorry, on a weekly time frame, Brent, on a weekly time frame, we're trading below profile support. I don't know if, and that is at 934. We're at 928 right now. If we close below that, lower price is likely. Monthly time frame chart, trading below profile support. That's at 985. So you got 985 on the monthly. We've got 934 on the weekly. And the daily, which we're trading below, is at 998 as well out there. So we're below profile out here. I'm not feeling the love. I am not feeling the love. And you are right. This is directly correlated to Bitcoin as an example. So and we don't have any requests that I know of at this stage. So let's put up Bitcoin. I believe it is the February contract, should be the February contract that we're trading. And let's see what Bitcoin is showing us, the future contract, what Bitcoin is showing us. Aha. So maybe this is why Brent's taking a look at it. Mara, that is. So if we look at Bitcoin, and there is a directional correlation, I closed that chart down. I probably shouldn't have, but I did. On a daily time frame, the February contract for Bitcoin is going to go ahead and complete a TD9 count bottom pattern today. And that says that Bitcoin, which is trading right now, it's on the futures contract, is trading at 79,515. It ought to rally up towards the oscillator and change line, and that is at 86,371. Likewise, assuming that we don't trade lower today, if we begin trading trading below 74, 785. We are headed lower. The weekly and the monthly charts are not going to help us for Bitcoin, but it will if I put up the continuous contract. So why don't we do that? Just kind of see if there's any kind of signals there. And that way this helps Brent put it all together when he takes a look at MARA, because directionally speaking, it may be that it'll take its P's and Q's from the Bitcoin charts. Now, to the weekly time frame, not really looking good. But the week is not over. Brent, if price were to close below the low from November 21st, 82.040, we're at 79.390 right now. That will trigger a weekly A to B equals CD pattern to the downside. We don't have that yet. We just draw this in. That doesn't mean it's going to come to fruition. But if we did close below that level, and we are trading below it right now, but it's a weekly chart out there, what that would then signal to you and I is it would give us a price objective. Hold on, I got to use the scrunching method to get that price objective right around 53,215. So you go from 129, basically 130, down to 53,000 out there. So from a weekly standpoint for Bitcoin, this is going to be an important thing. The daily also watch that. Why? Because if we take out the TD9 count bottom, on a daily time frame, we're definitely headed towards the 53,215. And then I would say, Brent, that MARA, M-A-R-A, there's no chance in anything that is ready to form a bottom pattern. On a monthly time frame, Rhodes Momentum Indicator top, trading below profile support. It is testing old resistance, which may be a support at 77.040. So that becomes another level for you to monitor. So thanks for the request out there, and I hope that helps you out. Looks like S&P might have a request. Let's see. What do we got here? Morning. Can we look at Galaxy? We absolutely can. GLXY. So how about that cold weather? I mean, so Saturday, I decided to go ahead and brave the weather conditions and to play around a golf. And after 9 holes, I said to myself, you're nuts. It was cold. The wind was starting to really come in, so the front was coming through, and it was drizzling and rainy. So I bugged out of there. Saturday night, maybe about 8 o'clock or so, 8 or 9 o'clock, the wind just starts howling. I'm sure you guys felt that, all of you along the eastern seaboard or whatever. I've never been through a nor'easter. I think we were through a Feb Easter. Was that? Yeah, was that January? No, it was still January on Saturday. A Jan Easter out there. Anyways, freezing cold. Freezing cold. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We come back to this break. We'll look at GLXY for S&P inside the Tiger's Den.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pros pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Welcome back, folks. We're looking at ticker symbol GLXY. It went public in May of 2025, so we've got really limited data. Certainly not much that we can use on the monthly time frame. The weekly, a bit. We do have a profile that we're trading below at 27.98, so that is suggesting lower price. The daily is already triggered an A to B equals CD pattern on the downside. The B point was January 23rd. Volume there was 5.7 million shares. It was passed on Friday with 7.4. We already have attained the 1-to-1 price objective. We're trading on the left side of that C to D leg. We're likely to continue to head lower to where I don't know, because I don't have another support level. We just have these swing points that we can take a look at. So, back towards the end of December. What you're watching for here, S&P on a daily time frame, I'm assuming you're trying to take a long position here, is you're looking for a bullish reversal candle for the daily time frame. That would then generate a buy the D point pattern. You would expect or anticipate that price would rally up towards resistance. Right now, that first resist level would be the bottom of its profile at 29.68, and then 29.98 is the oscillator and change line. So that's what I see with regard to GLXY for its daily, weekly, monthly time frame. That says just be patient out there. Watch for a bullish reversal candle. TER is a ticker symbol that Mohammed would like to take a look at. So let's pull that up. This is going to go ahead and form a TD9 top today, and it will complete that pattern tomorrow. Price is trading with inside its bullish structured profile. We're price testing resistance as we speak. 252.10 or 251.92. Friday, we had a confirmed Rhodes momentum indicator top. We don't need 2 tops out here. Now, that top from Friday would be negated with a close above that high at 255.20. Price is trading inside the profile and above its green oscillator and change line. I'm still giving this a neutral-ish type of overview. Why? One of the reasons why is that new profile that formed on Friday is above the prior profile. So that is a bullish directional speaking. I think what we have here on the weekly, daily time frame is just a consolidation with inside profiles. The weekly is going to complete a TD9 count top at the end of the week out here. So very interesting. That should take price back to its oscillator and change line, and that currently is printed at 224.74. So, Mohammed, this interesting set of charts out here. The monthly needs a poke above last month's high out there. That would also mean, a Friday's high, basically, is what we're talking about, in order to trigger bar number 8 on a monthly time frame. So it's really going to be the daily and the week that are going to drive things out there. Watch 233.47. That's a support level. If that fails, sales, we're headed lower. Lower would be to 224.68 or so. If we head below the weekly oscillating change line, then we're headed lower as well. So that's what I see when I take a look at ticker symbol TER. I hope that helps you out. And as always, thanks for your request. So you've got a second request out here. ASA is the ticker symbol. Let's go see what this is doing. ASA printing at 63.38. It is printing below the bottom of its daily profile, which it closed below on Friday. That tells us, Mohammed, that odds favorite wants to make a move to its TD9 count breakout area, and that is priced at 58.72. That's the daily time frame. The weekly on Friday completed a Rhodes momentum indicator top that added to the TD9 count top. So far, support is holding, and the first level of support would be 63.02. If we close below 63.02, 59.57 becomes the number, followed by 58.72, followed by 56.13. Each of those would be your battleground levels. On a monthly time frame, ASA has no intention of topping. Why? Because it negated a TD9 count top just a few months ago. So it's really the daily and the week that are going to be driving things here. Watch the daily as it approaches 58.72. Not really any bottom signals or daily bottom signals. It's a question of does support hold. So that's what I see, Mohammed. Hope that helps you out. Ron in Denver is interested in taking a long position in CDNS. So let's go see what CDNS is doing and what chart information we can provide to Ron. Okay. So the daily doesn't look great. Weekly doesn't look great. The monthly doesn't look great. Okay, let's start with the monthly time frame chart. I do not have a topping pattern for the monthly time frame chart, although I do see a wave number 7G. Let me see where that's coming from, though. A, B, C, D, E. Yep. Okay, it's got a wave 7 top, so I take that back on a monthly time frame. Price is now inside its profile. I see a series of lower highs. So this is suggesting that CDNS could pull all the way back to the 237, 257 over time. The weekly time frame. Weekly time frame. The weekly time frame, we're going to focus in on the TD9 count bottom, Ron. That TD9 count bottom appeared on November 21st, and that low is 295.18. We closed at 296.36 on Friday. We had volume of 10 million shares, which was going into that TD9 count bottom that had 8 million shares. We were pushing that low with volume. That said we would test that low again. Well, that low at 295.18, we're trading below it now. This suggests that at least 289.69 is where price is headed to. If price closes below that, depending on whether it does it with volume or not, that could trigger an A to B equals CD pattern to the downside. If that were to unfold, that would give you an approximate A to B equals CD pattern to the downside. It's a weekly chart. We have to come back to this on Friday or next Monday to see what really transpired here. But if it does close below, that's TD9 count swing low, and take out its TD9 count breakout level, 289.69. We're looking at 258.59 as a price projection level. The daily time frame. Let's open this chart up and see what we can figure out here. So the daily time frame. The daily time frame, the A to B equals CD pattern. The daily time frame swing point is November 21st, and the volume there was 1.7 million shares. A little over 2 hours of trading, 900,000 shares. So this is telling us that the daily is getting ready to confirm. I'm just going to draw in the conservative A to B equals CD pattern to the downside, that it may be getting ready to go ahead and confirm this pattern today. The reason I say may is because it still has to close below. It has to close below the swing point. We're going to move this over. I don't know if this is the same A to B equals CD pattern we were looking at on the larger time frame, but give me a moment here. My charts are a little bit. There we go. Okay, so here's what we need to do. We must close the day below $295.18. We're trading below it now. We need to do it with more than 1.7 million shares. That is a very likely outcome, considering we've done 1 million shares so far. If, in fact, that unfolds, you would then get a confirmed A to B equals C to the downside round that would get you to 260, 266. So what I don't see here is a reason to enter into any call position inside of CDNS. But those are just my eyes, and that's what I'm seeing. So I do hope that that helps you out. GERN. So we've got a couple of requests going into the close. GERN is one that comes from Dan. Jambalaya wants to take a look at the McEwen Mining, so we'll do that as well. With regard to GERN, look like it's trying to break out today. It has been trading sideways for several months. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 months or so. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pros pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
Welcome back, folks. Real quickly here on GERN. GERN, if it closes up above buck 48, it's going to trigger an A to B equals C pattern to the upside. That's a swing point from back on January the 12th. Volume there was 21 million shares so far for the day. We are at 10 million shares, so we're pushing with volume. It closes above buck 49, generates an A to B equals C, gets up to the buck 70 level. 149 is the center of its monthly profile. We need to trade above that as well. You also have oscillator and change line resistance at a buck 61. So those are the areas to be watching on GERN. McGuppy wants to take a look at ticker symbol U. Let's get that up on our screen out here, see what that is doing. We've got 3 requests, so I'm going to try to get these here squeezed in. When I take a look at ticker symbol U, I see it trading. I don't see any kind of bottom signal on the daily time frame. I see an A to B equals CD pattern. You're watching for a bullish reversal candle to form it daily by the D point pattern. The same would be true on the weekly. The weekly is trading below breakout support, profile support. That says it wants lower price. Lower price would really be up to the monthly time frame chart. Price is trading. No, it's trading. It's oscillator and change line is the next level of support. And that's at 26.57 as we speak right now. So it looks to me like 26.57 is where ticker symbol U is headed to. NBIS is an instrument that McGuppy is interested in. Let's go see what NBIS is doing. She's trading out at 87.73. It is testing its breakout level at 86.01. It may have found support. If it did not find support and you get a close below 86.01, we'll see a move down towards the 71.04 level, the bottom of its weekly profile. The monthly time frame says if we continue to move lower, I've got support at 79.53. So watch 86.01. If that fails, 79.53-ish. If that fails, 71.04 would be the number. And finally, McEwen Mining, MUX is the ticker symbol. L, hold the music here as long as you can. Which is going to start playing in about a second. We take a look at McEwen Mining. It's trading below the bottom of its daily profile. It's headed for its TD9 count breakout level. Jambalaya, that's at 21.72. It won't get to 21.72 until we see price close below the weekly oscillator and change line at 22.93. We do have a weekly Rhodes Momentum Indicator top and a potential TD9 count top for the monthly time frame. Folks, have a marvelous Monday, and I'll look forward to seeing you again soon. Take care and be safe out there.